Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Table Talk. I'm your host, Jake Combs, and tonight we're going to be unboxing Shadow Throne for Warhammer 40k. This is the latest starter box that is pitting the Custodes versus the Genestealer Cults. Now, from what I understand, the majority of the models in here are previously existing, but we do have a couple new models, specifically the Reductus Saboteur for the Genestealer Cults and the Blade Champion for the Custodes. Now, beyond that, I have never played either faction, so I am not well versed in their individual models, so I can't say with absolute certainty that if there are any other new ones, but I know the majority of them for both sides are not new. So let's go ahead and get this started now. This box is currently available for pre-order and will be available this coming Saturday. And as such, it was provided to us for the purpose of our review and unboxing by Games Workshop. So I wanted to say thank you to them for providing this to us. And definitely looking forward to actually giving both these factions a try, because like I said, I've never played either of them. Now, right away, compared to boxes like Indominus or Kill Team, anything like that, those boxes are, they're very tall. The card is very thick. Now here it just feels a lot more flimsy, but there's also a lot less stuff here, so kind of feels like that's probably why there's that trade-off. So we have our bag of bases, and we have several different sprues, a couple small ones and mostly some big ones. So we have our really small ones, which looks like this is for that Blade Champion, at least part of it, and it looks like this is the rest of it. Now, I do really like the cracked ground that you have there for the base. Definitely gives you some good bits to work with as far as kind of customizing your base there. And then this looks like it's most of the body for the new Genestealer model. Now, with looks like some of the terrain that goes with it for the base, with kind of like this bomb. Rolls of dynamite, things like that, with a timer on them. Definitely a lot of character in those pieces, a lot of detail as well. And then we have our long sprue, and it looks like these are predominantly the Sisters of Silence models, and it looks like it's about 2 per sprue for the most part, except for this last one, which looks like it's just the 1. And with the Sisters of Silence, with the fur on the cloaks, definitely a lot of detail there. The armor actually does have a decent amount of detail as well. Their weapons are heavily detailed, and I've always really enjoyed just their general look, kind of with the grill face masks that they have, some, or the kind of flat metal face masks, but their head is otherwise completely visible. Then we have this one for the Genestealer Cults, a lot of parts for our Genestealer as well as our cult members and their various mutations. Now, with that Genestealer, because he is standing on top of a pipe, I'm probably going to do a little kind of a mix match with some resin with that to kind of have it dripping into like a puddle with the resin. And then here we have our Custodes for this big sprue, and then our other one is Genestealer Cults. And so these are the bulk of the Custode forces. Now, I am pretty certain that none of these ones are new models, but one thing that actually surprises me is just the sheer amount of detail, because typically when you see Custodes, it's predominantly just like sheer bright gold, kind of like a lot of the Stormcast Eternals are for Age of Sigmar. But with these, there is just a ton of detail here, and so I'm pleasantly surprised here. With me, I like to paint things that have a lot of detail, things that are going to really pop, and especially things that will challenge me as well, where I was expecting them to be more of just like that more shorn metal, gold, and not have a lot of personality. So like I said, this is a pleasant surprise here. And then with the Genestealer Cults, I mean, those have a lot of detail to begin with, because we're talking about extra limbs, we're talking some creative weaponry, and the mutations that they have as well. So a lot of detail, even in their armor as well. And so definitely gonna be a lot of fun to paint. And it looks like a majority of the heads are very similar, which isn't a surprise feature, just because of the fact that with the Genestealer Cults, that a lot of them kind of have the same mutations going on. And then we have our cutout, which appears to be the same on both sides. We have our big base for that Genestealer that we mentioned. And then we have our rulebook and assembly guide. So with the assembly guide, we're looking at 15 pages total. It is that two-tone or multi-tone assembly guide that I prefer, where you're adding the different colors to show where parts are assembled. Now you do have some customizations as far as some of the custodes are concerned. So if you're looking to do each of those options, then you are going to want to purchase additional custodes to be able to do that. And then, like with the Sisters of Silence, you have to choose if you want to be building witch singers, vigilators, or prosecutors, and then follow the related instructions to those. And then for the rule book, this is going to be more of a kind of streamlined version of the rules with some related missions to use with this box set. It's not going to be the full rule book that you would get, like if you were to get the Indominus box, for example. But it does have all of the war scrolls that you need for the different units as well that are in the box. Some of the stuff that you would find in the codex for those. So very cool. It's not much different than most other previous boxes that we've seen in the past, where you're getting a streamlined version of the rules instead of the full rule book. You are getting a little bit of lore. You're getting basically enough to play the box with the contents as they are. But there we go. But you're not getting much beyond that. So no surprises there, but at the same time, you definitely want to get as much of that those rules as you can, so that way you can get the full experience when you play, especially if you're going to be branching out and trying other armies as well, before you kind of go all in on the one that you want to play. But very cool starter. Now, personally, what I really like about this is that with the bulk of what you have here, I mean, if you're already playing Kill Team, this is giving you essentially 2 new teams to play Kill Team with, especially for the new version. So really looking forward to that aspect of it, because I want to always try new smaller warbands, especially since I'm not very familiar with either of these armies. So it's going to give me a new taste of it. Now, as far as Genestealer Cults, I imagine that there's going to be some similarities to like playing with Tyranids, because they are kind of an offshoot of them, kind of similar to like the Adeptus Mechanicus with the Imperial Guard. So things like that. So they're kind of work in tandem, but they are their own separate things as well. So definitely some cool stuff. Really looking forward to it. I know that originally they wanted the codex for both factions to be released at the same time as this, but both of those got delayed just due to some of the recent shutdowns and things like that. So those will be coming soon, but that's it for me tonight. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all next week. Good night.